CPAC. Now we're going to really change topics here because CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Committee, also known as the cantina scene from Star Wars, the circus of odd characters that they bring out there, they were going on. It was going on for a couple days at the Gaylord Hotel, which really, you can't make this stuff up. And instead of bringing guys like Chris Christie, moderates in the party, they doubled down on clowns like Donald Trump and Ann Coulter. Let's listen to a little of Sweet Ann's musings.
Thank you. As some of you know, due to the turmoil in North Korea, our regularly scheduled speaker, Ambassador Dennis Rodman, will not be here. So I'm filling in. I'm Ann Coulter, the author of 9 massive New York Times bestsellers. Boy, the sequester has really ruined everything, hasn't it? The little kids can't go on White House tours. Muslim Brotherhood has been deprived of $250 million. Oh no, that's safe. Sorry, that's fine. Even CPAC had to cut back on its speakers this year by about 300 pounds.
Ann Coulter should teach stand-up comedy. Is not she wickedly brilliant? Lordy, lordy. Okay, so to start here, why is it that the Republicans' pundits are actually more ridiculous than their candidates, who often are quite ridiculous? Brian, I pose that to you to start.
You know, I think the way I look at Ann Coulter, because it's like, I think she's kind of like that racist relative that everybody has that always makes racist and offensive comments, but everyone's like, oh, that's my uncle so-and-so, you know? And I think she kind of represents that for that party, like, oh, she can say those crazy things and we'll all laugh and it's okay because she's her. Yeah. You know, and I think that's why it appeals. I think.
It gives them a little familiarity to stick with.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it'd be one thing if she was very pro certain things, but the things she says are so mean. I mean, like, you have to have a sense of humor about yourself, and I think we all need to lighten up in many contexts. But she's saying offensive things about people who she is adamantly against, and that's the problem.
Whitney, do you dig Ann Coulter?
I mean, you know what the funny thing is? Like, now you look at CPAC and, you know, they have Metallica as entering songs. They have hype men, essentially. I feel like CPAC has become like the WWE of like political realm. Like, it's really ridiculous. I mean, Ann Coulter, no, she's like this praying mantis of politicians, or in the political world, you know. She's like beautiful and sexy in like a kind of like you want to hit her kind of way, and like I just picture her ripping the heads off of men that she sleeps with after.
Well, she does look like the alien from Independence Day, doesn't she?
True.
Very long and like she's going to read your mind and then crush you.
Yes.
David, what does this say about the state of the party, that their pundits are more over the top? You know, they're bringing in Trump, and yet Chris Christie doesn't get invited. What does that say?
Look, here's the thing. I think, the round of applause that she got in front of the conservatives was kind of wimpy and weak. I think if you're a Democrat, you want Ann Coulter exactly where she is, because Ann Coulter talks to a base, but it's not a very big base. And so I think, you know, as much as she offends, you know, I met her at church one time in West Hollywood, where the gays hang out.
Why do the gays love her? Sidebar. Why do the gays, what is the gay obsession?
Because, as you said, there's something slightly sexy and sultry and kind of like I'd be down to have a beer with you or a cocktail about Ann Coulter. Regardless of the hate she may spew, there's something affable about her.
This is very bizarre.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but at the end of the day, though, like, I could never, like, at the end of the day, she's against who I am as a person.
Yeah.
Screw you. Well, like, I have like, nothing to do with that. I don't understand. I know there is a lot of gay men who are like, oh my God, she's fabulous. And fuck you. Like, seriously. Sorry. I mean,
no, you can say that.
I think it's so stupid. I think, how could you be friends or be someone who makes fun of you and says really offensive things about you all the time?
She's
you know?
anti-woman, anti-gay, anti-really everything that matters in my life. So, I mean, no.
But you're saying you understand it at some level.
I don't think there's a whole lot of reason or rationale. You can't sit down with her and have an emotional discussion, because she'll rip you to shreds with, you know, insults and all that. So when you take her for what she is, and when you realize she is part of an extreme fringe that each year seems to be kind of squeezed more and more. I mean, Every time I turn around, it's like her and Sean Hannity yelling in some corner somewhere. But people are listening. And, you know, as a new poll comes out on more Americans supporting gay marriage, and as Democrats continue to win elections, I mean, it will change. It's eventual. But in the meantime, I kind of like her. She makes me laugh.
Right, and that's
She's
her
so
thing.
ridiculous
Right, she's
at
so
times.
outrageous,
It
right?
kind of makes me laugh.
And
It's
that's
fun
like
to
her
watch.
thing.
Well,
You
ironically,
know?
she
It's like, of
may
course
be the best comedian that Republicans have, which is really,
She should be
Right.
your
Yes.
idol.
she should be my sidekick,
Thank
I
you.
think.
I
is
would love
what
it.
she
You should
should
have
be.
her here next week.
Ann Coulter,
And
you
you're
have
invited.
you have
She
an
goes
open
to church in West Hollywood.
That's insane.
All you got to do is St. Victor's Church in West Hollywood. She sits in the second to last pew in the back of the church.
Jesus.
Ann Coulter, if you find a funny Jew hunting you down at church, that will be me, and I'd love to have you on the show. Don't forget the official outfitter of the Rubin Report is bonobos.com. Enter code TRR20 for 20% off your next shirt.